Hello students, today we are going to study history chapter number 1 sources of history. We studied ancient Indian history last year. This year we are going to study the medieval period of Indian history. Broadly, the period from the 9th century CE till the end of the 18th century CE is considered to be the medieval period of Indian history. In this lesson, we are going to study the sources of medieval history. What is history? This is a question. History gives us a chronological, scientific, and systematic account of past events. Four factors are very important from the viewpoint of history. They are individuals, society, place, and time. History must be based on authentic evidence or proof. These proofs known as the sources of history. Let us classify these sources into material sources, written sources, and oral sources to learn more about them. Let us also evaluate the sources of history. We have to consider many factors related to the historical event that we want to study. It is necessary to support our study with historical sources. These sources have to be verified. We have to see whether they are authentic. It is necessary to use these sources judiciously and only after a critical analysis. Forts. Forts have an important place among material sources. Some major types of forts are hill forts, forest forts, sea forts, and forts on the plains. This is some example of the forts. You can see it is a hilly forts. It is built on the hill. And here you can see the sea forts. This is around the sea. Monuments. Monuments include samadhis, graves, virgala, and buildings. In building includes palaces, ministerial mansions, queen's quarters, Ranivasa, where the queen is living or live, and also houses of common people. They all provide insights about that period. Looking at them, we come to know about the development of architecture, the economic conditions, and the quality of art style of the buildings, construction, and people's standard of living in that particular period. So here as map has given of the material sources. In the material sources, what one includes? Here you can see memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, forts. Here is some examples of the inscriptions and coins. Okay, this is one of the inscription around the year of 1286 AD, and it is from the Yadav king Ramchandra time from the Karnataka. Okay. The coins made by different rulers using material like gold, silver, copper are important sources of history. From these coins, we learn about the rulers, their period, governance, religious ideas, etc. Okay? Similarly, we also learn about the financial transactions and economic conditions prevailing at that time. We also see how far metallurgy had advanced in that period. From the image of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or Shiva Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali. See, this is a coin. They have shown Shiva Parvati, but these are rulers are not Hindus, they are Muslim, but they are showing the respect towards other religion also. Same way, the Peshwas used the Arabic or Persian language on their coins. See here, this is the Peshwas coin. They use Arabic and Persian language instead of the Hindi, Devanagari or some other images. Okay, this throws light on the use of language in that period. Next topic is inscription. An inscription is a carving on a stone or a wall, etc. For example, you can see the example of inscription here. Okay. The inscriptions found in the Brihadishvara temple premises in the Tanjavur. Many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola and Yadav kings have been found. An inscription is considered to be a very important and reliable source of history. It helps us to understand features like the language, script, social life of a period. Inscriptions carved on sheets of copper are known as a copper plates. Royal edict, verdict, etc. are inscribed on copper plates. Here, student, you can see here the examples of inscriptions on the stone. This inscription is stone from the Yadav king period is that, and is located in a Karnataka. And here example of the copper plates you can see here. There are something inscribed on these plates. Do you know chaityas, viharas, temples, churches, mosques, agaris, dargahs, maqbaras, gurudwaras, monuments, sculptures, wells, then minaret, village, boundaries and gates, weapons, utensils, ornaments, clothes, decorative articles, toys, implements, musical instruments, all are material sources of history. Next topic is written sources. We learn about significant historical events in the medieval period from sources like the writing styles of script like Devanagari, Arabic, Persian, Modi, etc. as also from the varieties of different languages, Bhurja, Patras, religious manuscript, treatises, edicts, decrees, biographies, paintings, etc. We can gather information about the food, items, attire, conventions and rules of conduct of the people, festival and about people's life, etc. From these sources of this type of are called written sources of history. Here you can see there is a chart. Through chart also you can understand the sources of history. First one is given documents of proceeding in the courts of kings. Then second is a genealogies or Shakavalli. Third, correspondence dispatches. Fourth, judicial verdicts, orders, treaties, biographies. Then travelage of foreign travelers. Then chronicles or tawarik. Okay. Here students, you can see the examples of the Devanagari language and here is the Arabic or Persian. Understand? Next we see, next is Bhurja Patras. Bhurja Patra means trees bark. पेड़ की जो छाल होती है दैट इज कॉल्ड दी भुर्जा पत्रास. इट इज यूज टू इन द मेडिवल पीरियड. सेम वे decreases means orders. Here you can see the biography. There is a person who wrote this biography. His name was Anthony Moss. And here you can see the example of the paintings. Okay. During this period, travelers from other countries came to India. They have written travelage or account of their travels. Some of them are Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, Nicolau Manussi. Babur's biography, Shri Shiv Bharat, or the Sanskrit biography of Shivaji Maharaj, composed by the poet Paramanand, as well as various other biographies of different rulers and their correspondents, help us to understand the policies and the administrative system of the rulers and their diplomatic relations with others. Now we can see some images of foreign travelers. Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta. Okay class? Tawarik or Tariq means the sequence of events. Tawarik written by Al-Biruni, Ziauddin Barani, Maulana Ahmad, Yahya bin Ahmad, Mirza Haider, Bhimsen Saxena, etc. are available. Now you can see the images. Al-Biruni, then Yahya bin Ahmad, and then Mirza, his name is Ziauddin Barani. During this period, travelers from other countries came to India. They have written travelage or account of their travels. Some of them are Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, Nicolau Manussi. Babur's biography, Shri Shiv Bharat, or the Sanskrit biography of Shivaji Maharaj, composed by the poet Paramanand, as well as various other biographies of different rulers and their correspondents, help us to understand the policies and the administrative system of the rulers and their diplomatic relations with others. Now we can see some images of foreign travelers. Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta. Okay class? Tawarik or Tariq means the sequence of events. Tawarik written by Al-Biruni, Ziauddin Barani, Maulana Ahmad, Yahya bin Ahmad, Mirza Haider, Bhimsen Saxena, etc. are available. Now you can see the images. Al-Biruni, then Yahya bin Ahmad, and then Mirza, his name is Ziauddin Barani. Bakhar is a type of chronicle that originated in Maharashtra. Chronicles help in understanding aspects like the contemporary political happenings, linguistic transaction, then cultural life, social conditions, etc. Many of the chronicles in Marathi were written many years after the events had occurred. As a result, they are seen to rely on hearsay. Some of these chronicles are Mahikaftachi Bakhar, Sabhasad Bakhar, Chitini Shachi Bakhar, then Pausabachi Bakar, etc. Here we can see the example of Sabasad one. This is one of the Sabasad Bakar. Then we see some of the historian of that period, but they are foreigners. The work of contemporary Western historians like Robert Arm, M.C. Sprenger and Grandov are also important. Now we can see, here you can see the image of the means the contemporary Western historian images. Robert Arm, M.C. Sprenger. Okay.